Every new product Apple creates is always the somethingest device they've ever created. So it comes as no surprise that the new iPads are the fastest, brightest, with the best display, and the most powerful devices they have ever made. Only this time, they're not as convincing as they have been in the past. Or do I simply no longer trust Apple? Hey guys, it's Rob back with Paperless X, a channel dedicated to easing your digital transformation. If you're new to our channel, hello. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you know each time we release a new video. And if you're already subscribed, fantastic human, welcome back. If you like our channel and the content we create, consider supporting us by purchasing our digital notebooks or our fantastic human animated stickers. We also have courses on our second YouTube channel, Paperless Humans, to help you master and learn how to use the different tools that we cover on this channel. Buying an iPad Pro hasn't made sense in years unless you were going for its big screen and storage. Apple seems to have shot itself in the foot with the new 13-inch iPad Air, which has 1 terabyte of storage and runs the M2. It's basically the M2 iPad Pro rebranded to Air, and they have removed a few negligible features that most of us will probably not even notice. And for note takers, the new iPad Air is great news. Taking notes doesn't need a lot of horsepower, and the M2 is already overkill. So, with the bigger screen, the M2 iPad Air is the most logical iPad to buy if you really just want to work on documents, take some notes. That's supposed to be exciting, right? Against the new iPad Air, the iPad Pro is ridiculously overpriced for ordinary users. For the creatives they're targeting, iPadOS won't have all the tools they need to give them the best creative experience on a 13-inch screen. If only we had got a bigger screen for the iPad Pro, maybe an iPad Pro 15-inch, maybe 20 inches. The bigger the screen, the better, if you're going to be creating something on an iPad. We really wonder who this device is for. Who are they really going to convince to get the iPad Pro? We watched the crushing ad 10 times before we got the message that Apple was trying to convey. Probably still don't get it, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Apple is crushing all the limits of the new iPad Pro's creativity capabilities in a very ultra thin iPad Pro, which is the thinnest they've ever made. Kept wondering what is the new stunning design. If anything, it's probably a worse design than its predecessor. After the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, we're not fans of thin tablets. Also, that combined with the fact that we are tired of Apple presenting old ideas like they're new. The tandem OLED display is not a new idea because they've decided to name it differently. OLED screens have been around for years now, and tweaking it up a little bit, bringing your own touch to the OLED screen does not make it innovative. It just makes it different. Is it just me? The brighter screen would be interesting to check out though. But I'll probably never find out because I'm not curious enough to actually upgrade from my iPad Pro 2018. I mean, Apple will sabotage every device you buy anyway. You might as well not bother upgrading. What's funny is that the M2 iPad Pro is now ridiculously slow, but the M2 iPad Air with the exact same specs, if not lesser, will work much better than the M2 iPad Pro because it is the latest device. When Apple says a new device is 50% faster, which they're always 50% faster than the previous one, do they mean faster when the previous device was launched or faster now after they've slowed them down? After the recent keynote, we're just starting to think that Apple has no respect for its customers. They seem to really think that we are stupid, like we are so stupid that whatever they dangle in front of our eyes, we'll just hop onto it because they say it is faster, it is cooler, it is better than the previous one. M4. Wow. Seriously, what's the point? Is anyone fed up with all of these benchmarks and specs that actually never translate into anything useful? At this point, we're curious if the cool, thin iPad Pro will be getting at least iPad OS Pro, if not macOS. Wouldn't that be awesome? I mean, when is Apple going to get that? The more specs they keep pumping into these devices, they actually need to also upgrade the software that runs on them for any of this to make sense. macOS on this new iPad Pro could actually convince some of us to actually consider buying an iPad Pro. We're curious to know if creatives would use the iPad Pro for professional work. They had a whole setup with professionals using an iPhone Pro Max and an iPad for a whole shooting. Yeah, no professional does that. But let's just humor them for a sec. If you're a videographer or a music producer, let us know if any of the updates brought to Final Cut Pro and Logic Pro would actually convince you to consider using an iPad Pro. Well, the few videographers and music producers that we've spoken to are not convinced at all, but maybe they're missing something, so we thought to ask you guys. Are these tools enough to replace your studio? It's probably safe to say that though Apple claims they've designed the iPad Pro for everyone, they're really just targeting creatives, which would make a lot more sense at this point. But do they really expect them to replace their desktops and PCs with this iPad? The Apple Pencil USB-C was a terrible idea. And maybe they thought to fix that with the Apple Pencil Pro. I struggle to get used to the hover feature on the M2 iPad Pro, which after I tried it a couple of times, I just simply turned it off. I have never liked the double tap on the Apple Pencil 2. I also turned that off. And you can imagine the horror when I saw the new features on the Apple Pencil Pro. Most app tools are readily available on the screen. If the app was designed well, you can quickly reach most of them without much effort. Apple has told many lies in this keynote. It's depressing. We've stopped thinking it's harmless marketing and decided to call a spade a spade.
The new iPad Pro comes with double the storage.
Double than what? All they did was remove the 128 gig option. About time too. That does not mean that the device has double the storage. It is exactly the same storage as the previous one. It maxes at 2 terabytes. How is that double the storage? The 6th generation launched at $349, but they decided to bump up its price so that they can decrease it again to $349. They expect us to be happy that they have decreased the price that they had increased in the first place. Most of us loved Apple products because of their durability, which was partly why we didn't mind paying a premium for them. But with the company promoting this much consumerism around its products, we're getting tired. Maybe Apple should just stop making new devices and just focus on software. Is that too much to ask for? Honestly speaking. Let us know what you guys think about the new devices. We hope you guys liked this video. Give it a thumbs up. If you did, thank you, fantastic human, for watching. See you in the next video.